Welcome back. Pro League Season 3, Mr. X joined by Benson. We're about to jump into our next series. Benson, tell us who it's going to be. I'm not even going to let you tell us who it's going to be. It's going to be Optic Nation versus Epsilon. We just saw Epsilon get absolutely crushed on this map. Well, they didn't get absolutely crushed. They actually had a heartbreaking loss. Now, let's see if they can actually come back and take out Optic Nation, who suffered a pretty bad loss to ISO earlier in the night.
3-1, 3-1. Both these two teams losing in their first games of this Season 3 revamped Pro League. Now, one of them will get a win. Who will it be, though?
One of them will get a win. Correct, Benson. You're absolutely...
Hey, man. I spit facts. Yo, could Epsilon start 0-2 again?
So happy.
What if they start 0-3?
So happy I'm here with such a great analytical caster. You can tell me.
No worries, man.
Both teams sitting at 0-0 will pick up one team. One team will leave this match.
All right, let me ask you this. Can Epsilon potentially start 0-3 in Season 3?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that, like, after watching them play against now, you think that that's distinctly possible?
I mean, anything's possible, obviously.
Thank you, Mr. Analytical. You basically just did exactly what I did.
So let's just throw out generic terms.
No one will know. It's fine.
No, they play ISO next.
ISO?
I mean, maybe ISO kind of gets kind of their footing back after bringing in Llama God, after playing with, like, Lacefield. They played Parasite. Played with a few other players as well. It's going to be Epsilon in the lead going in the second hill, but I felt like we saw this throughout all the game against Denial. The issue is does ON have the slaying power to make the comebacks that we just saw Denial make? Not entirely too sure.
Royalty off to a pretty slow game at 2-5. Parasite, though, picking up all the slack at 10-3, leading the charge. Ricky as well, pretty slow for ON at 1-6. Moch able to break in towards this hard point, though, and get some control. Still pretty close game as Ricky just picks up that melee right there on Royalty and finds the second kill on Nagafen. So it looks as if this one could be pretty close. As we now rotate over towards the garage hard point, Ricky just locking down those spawns with his teammate, and the big fight is about to come in. And I believe that's Nagafen actually beating Moch there off that head glitch, so Epsilon may be able to get the early control.
Yeah, Nagafen's going to have Royalty help him out as he takes down that player in the stairs. You see players of Epsilon pushing out that spawn. It's going to be Parasite at the bottom of your mini-map, able to win that battle. Now it's going to be completely controlled by Epsilon, this garage hardpoint. This is the difference, right? And they don't have a hook, they don't have a temp, they don't have a slasher. It's going to be a lot harder for them to break these hills.
Nagafen just going to be lying down behind the ambulance, just really taking his time. Teammate helps him out. And able to trade that kill. Unfortunately, does fall. Moch at 11-9 now. Being so aggressive with the battle. And that's just such a interesting way that he's going to have to play, I feel. He can't just sit back and anchor the spawn. He can't just sit top glass and just wait. He needs to help his team break onto these hills.
Right, because he's like the best player on the team.
Right.
I mean, he can't just play this at a distance and tell the other three to kind of go in there and do it themselves. He's going to have to be a big part of them breaking these hills. It's going to be ON, even after all the kind of bad things we've said about their first half of this game. Only down 5 here.
Miraculous. Royalty missing a lot of shots. Lucky to pick up that kill, though. Will be shot in the back. And again, hardpoint contested. Epsilon trying to build themselves a lead. And I feel like, going back again to that game against Denial, every time they kind of had a lead, you never really felt comfortable they were going to hold it. And even when they had control of a hill, you weren't certain that they were going to be able to keep it. And against a team like, for example, ON, you'd feel much more comfortable they were going to be able to do it. But look at Parasite, 20-8, yet still just nearly, it's what, a 20-point lead now in favor of Epsilon?
Yeah.
You'd expect it to be more.
Right, you'd expect it to be a lot more. They're letting ON stay in this game with Ricky going double negative. ON is going to take the last 10 seconds on this hill, and they're going to be down by now 1 second. That's unbelievable. If you're Epsilon, that is not a good first half by any stretch of the imagination.
I mean, Royalty struggling as well, 7-15. He's double negative. Remy at 8-15 is not able to get anything going between the two of them. It really is Parasite just leading the charge, saying, guys, we're winning map number 1. You guys better pick it up in the second rotation.
If Parasite doesn't play good in the second half, what happens?
Well, they get absolutely steamrolled. This game's over. OM will somehow manage to win with Ricky going 6-15.
You can't put that much pressure on one guy, though. When that happens, we've seen it before. They're not able to keep up that production going into the second half. And you don't expect Ricky to have this bad of a second half as well.
Right. Oh, Miracle's just got a 3-piece with the nade. I mean, You should never have 3 people pushing the same way. That's
yeah, it's just kind of like basic like shooting game rules, right?
Shoot 'em up rules.
Let's just not all stand on top of each other, because that will result in all of us dying.
I think they may need you to coach him, man. To be honest.
No, I'm done coaching, man.
I think
if I get another tweet about me coaching, I'm gonna go insane. It's gonna be Ricky jumping onto the hill. It's gonna be and only down 6 points here, going in the second rotation. This is unbelievable.
Bose, he's gonna fall. Miracle's out. Trying to slay around the outside of the hill. Doesn't connect with any of those shots. Jumps in and gets eliminated. Now, Royalty trying to slay around the outside of the hard point. No one really establishing full control. 115 to 102, the lead once again growing for Epsilon, but again, you kind of hit the nail on the head. Parasite, if he slows down, this is game over. I mean, right now he's 32 and 15, so there's no sign of him slowing down.
But he is capable of keeping that level of production up. But it's going to be Owen taking the lead. How crazy is this? Everybody from Owen on a little bit of a streak. Ricky in the hill just locking it down. Bo's on a 5 streak. Miracle's on a 4 streak. We talked about how good he was at Gfinity 100K. Bringing it into the league matches tonight. 27 and 16 now. Just absolutely crushing. One of the best SMG players in the game.
Tell you right now, if Epsilon lose this game, Parasite's going to be so code red. I don't even think there's a color to establish or even explain what code he's going to be.
It's about the same color as your face.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how bad it's going to be. Like, and I think that's just going to be something where you look at the rest of the series and you're like, well, they've already lost one series. Yeah, okay, it was against Denial, but they've already lost once. They lose a game where he, nearly has 40 kills with 3 minutes left. Like, that's not pretty. And Optic Nation now really starting to pull away, Matt. 162 to 118, 30 seconds left on green plat. Parasite needs to just go man mode here, try and break into this hill, picks up 1. Can he find anyone else? Teammates unable to pick up any kills. He falls, and ON have just built himself a huge lead.
And in a matter of 2 hills. Right, they just absolutely turned it on, these 2 hills, and you have Remy really struggling for Epsilon, 11 and 25, Royalty 14 and 26, just those 2 guys not getting it done, and guys on ON have come alive. You see Ricky, I don't want to say he's heated up, but he's just kind of...
He's a little warmer than he was.
He's a little warmer, he's still, I mean, if you were compared to a hamburger, he's around medium right now. he was like rare, he was basically bleeding, now he's a little bit starting to get pink on the inside.
16 to 24 falls while trying to rotate it towards the next hard point. Over to Nagafen. Can he hold down this hill? A couple of kills go in Epsilon's favor, and they're going to need to hold down Garage for a big chunk of time to try and reduce the deficit that has been made. It's 36 seconds left, 190 to 144. Epsilon still in a position to do this. It would require everyone really just going off though, which doesn't look likely as it is right now with Remy at 13 and 27. And
no, if Owen controls the rest of this hill, it's almost over. I mean, you'd have to think they get at least some time on this next one, right?
Right, at least split that time.
They're controlling the spawns. You see how far Epsilon's spawning out. They're spawning by school. They're going to start to rotate now. Owen's going to take the last few seconds on this one. And then that last one, it's kind of just a hill where it's a toss-up. Don't really expect a team to take a ton of time. Ricky, first one in, has a player to his right, able to take him out. 2 players coming from the front. It's going to be Remy with a team kill on Royalty. So Remy has to go big in the hill for Epsilon. He's got no pressure though, and now you see the guys on Owen starting to pinch from both sides. Remy just runs out of the hill for whatever reason, and it's going to be Owen taking control.
I feel like they just handed to them on a platter.
Yeah.
It wasn't difficult at all to break that hill. They just kind of casually cruised along and were like, oh, by the way, it's a free hard point for you guys. We don't want to win anyway. Moch just picking up all the kills, a 5 streak to potentially end the game. 229 and 157. Parasite didn't really slow down. 41 and 24. A surreal performance, but for the loss.
He's not going to be very happy with this.
I wish we had listeners, man.
Not going to be very happy with this. Owen can come close. Actually, they can close it out here on this hill. You'd expect them to. You see everyone from Epsilon not really making an attempt to get near it. It's going to be an ON win here. Ben, 250, 157. I feel like most of Epsilon's time came in the first rotation of hills. That second one was completely dominated by ON, yeah.
I feel like they didn't get any time at all. That was very, very crazy. Optic Nation coming out, just doing more work on the hard point. Ultimately, what it came down to, Miracle steps up massively. Bose as well turns things around. Ricky finishes -7, considering he was double neg for a large majority of that. Was impressive, but Parasite again, 42 and 25 for the loss.
Yeah, just way too much slaying power on the side of ON. I mean, Parasite Great effort for Epsilon, just not enough in that one.
And that was ON host as well, so do bear that in mind. For now, though, quick commercial break. When we return, we're jumping into Search and Destroy by 11.